Hi, this is Ajay Anand and welcome to science classes from excelup.com. In this video, you will be learning about refraction of light. You will learn about laws of refraction, refractive index. Then you will learn about spherical lenses, about convex lens and concave lens. You will also learn about different type of images which are formed by convex lens and concave lens. So, what is refraction of light? When a ray of light travels from one medium to another, there is some deviation in its path, and this is called refraction of light. So, what happens? Different media, they have their own optical densities, and because of this, the speed of light, it is different in different media. Okay, and because of this difference, we experience deviation in the path of ray of light whenever it enters from one medium to another. So, to understand this, let us focus on this diagram. The ABCD is a glass slab and it is kept in air. So, this is air, and this portion is glass. Now, this is a ray of light which is traveling from air to glass. At this point O, the N and N dash, they are that is normal to the point of incidence. So, what happens? Since the ray of light is traveling from a rarer medium to a denser medium, it deviates towards the normal. Now, instead of going on this straight line, which had been the case had there been no glass slab, it is traveling on this line. Now, at this point, that is O dash, M dash is the normal. The light is entering from a denser medium to a rarer medium. So, in this case, what happens? The ray of light, it deviates away from the normal. So, finally, the emergent ray is parallel to the original ray of light. So, had there been no glass slab, this ray of light would have traveled in this direction, but because of the presence of glass slab, the emergent ray is parallel to the incident ray. Okay. So, now based on these observations, there are two laws of refraction. The first law says that the incident ray, the refracted ray and the normal to the interface of two media, all of them, they lie in the same plane. And the next law says that sin I upon sin R is a constant, that is the ratio of the sine of angle of incidence to sine of angle of refraction is a constant, and that constant is called the refractive index. This law is also known as the Snell's law. So, another way of defining the refractive index is, suppose we are comparing two media. So, refractive index of the second media with respect to the first media gives the ratio of the speed of light in the first media to the speed of light in second medium. So, nu 21 means the refractive index of second medium with respect to the first medium. So, it is equal to V1 upon V2, where V1 is the speed of light in the first medium and V2 is the speed of light in second medium. We often talk about absolute refractive index. So, that gives the ratio of speed of light in the given medium and the speed of light in vacuum. So, we generally take the speed of light in air in place of vacuum. So, here the nu is equal to speed of light in air upon speed of light in vacuum, that is C upon V, where C stands for speed of light in vacuum, air, and V stands for speed of light in given medium. The refractive index has no unit because it is a ratio. Now, spherical lenses, they represent many interesting phenomena regarding refraction of light. So, lens is an object, a transparent object which has at least one spherical surface. So, either this surface can be spherical or this surface can be spherical. But generally, we study about convex lenses and concave lenses. Both of they are biconvex lens and convex lenses. So, these are the general lenses which are taught in different classes. Okay. So, now like the spherical mirror, there are certain key terminologies associated with spherical lenses. So, this is a convex lens. and this is the center of the convex lens called optical center. A line which travels straight through the optical center and is perpendicular to the surface of the lens is called the principal axis. So there are two spherical surfaces. So for this spherical surface there is f1 and 2f1, that is principal focus and center of curvature. For this spherical surface there is f2 and 2f2. So this is also a focal, this is the secondary focus, and this is C2, the center of curvature. Okay. Now the focus can also be defined as the point where all the rays of light coming from infinity, they converge or diverge from after refraction from the lens. So what happens in case of converging lens? When rays of light which are parallel to principal axis, they pass through the lens, after refraction all of them they converge on f2. So that is why the convex lens is also called a converging lens. In case of concave lens, what happens? The rays of light which are parallel to principal axis, they appear to diverge from f1. Okay, so that is why this concave lens is also called a diverging lens. And because of its converging properties, you can use a magnifying glass to burn a piece of paper by focusing the sunlight on a point on the paper. Image formation by lens. For image formation by lens, you need to draw any two out of these three rays. So number one is a ray of light parallel to principal axis. So when it will pass through the lens, it will pass through the f2 after refraction. In case of concave lens, the ray of light which is parallel to principal axis, it diverges and it appears to be coming from f1. Okay. Now the second ray is a ray which passes through f1. So in this case, after refraction, the refracted ray, it passes parallel to the principal axis, and same holds true for the concave lens also. The third ray is a ray which passes through O, optical center. So in this case, there is no deflection in the direction of the light ray, both in case of convex lens and in case of concave lens. So you need to draw any two rays, and the point of intersection of the refracted rays, it will tell the position of image in a particular lens. Image formation in convex lens. There are 6 possibilities of image formation in convex lens. Number one is object at infinity. So when the object is at infinity, the image is formed at f2. The image is real, inverted, and highly diminished in size. Second possibility is object is beyond 2f1, that is between infinity and 2f1. In this case, the image is formed between f2 and 2f2. The image is inverted, somewhat smaller than the object. It is real. The third case is the object is as 2f1. In this case, the image is formed at 2f2. The image size is same as object size. The image is real and inverted. Now the object between 2f1 and f1. In this case, the image is formed beyond 2f2. The image is enlarged, real and inverted. Fifth case is the object is at f1. So in this case, the image is formed at infinity. The image is highly enlarged, real and inverted. Now the object is between f1 and O. In this case, the refracted rays, they are diverging from each other. So we need to move backward to find the point of intersection. So the point of intersection is beyond 2f1. The image is real, virtual, erect and is larger than object. So you must have observed that barring this case where the image is virtual and erect, all the images, they are real and inverted in case of convex lens. Now let us move on to the image formation in concave lens. So there are two possibilities in case of concave lens. One is object is at infinity and object is between infinity and O. So when the object is at infinity, what happens, you have read in the previous section that the rays of light which are parallel to the principal axis, they diverge from f1 in case of concave mirror. So these rays of light, they are diverging. So the image is formed at f1. The image is highly diminished in size. It is virtual and erect. In this case, the image is formed between f1 and O. It is virtual, erect and smaller than object. So the way there was a mirror formula in case of spherical mirror, we have a lens formula in case of spherical lens, and this is 1 upon V minus 1 upon U is equal to 1 upon F. We have another formula for power of lens, that is magnifying power of the lens. It is reciprocal to the focal length. So P is equal to 1 upon F. The unit of power is diopter. It is represented as D. So 1 diopter is equal to 1 per meter. So that's all about spherical lenses and refraction of light. Thank you.